Good year, but because you made the playoffs last year, went out in the first round. What's been your message to the team going through the offseason leading up to 2015?
It's a message of commitment. It's a message of what it's going to take for our program to make it to the next level. And our guys, a lot of our guys have responded. And some of us responded in a good way, and some of them have decided that maybe that's not what they want from their experience as a football player. And that's fine, because the guys that we have are committed, and they're going to be a whole lot better the more committed they become.
Is that a good thing to see guys drop off, because it kind of reinforces to these guys that what they're doing is not easy?
Well, you know, what we tell our guys is we're doing something for a purpose that's greater than any individual purpose that we could have, and nobody, myself included, my coaches included, is more important than the team, and so these guys are starting to understand that now, and the guys that we still have, and these guys included, they're very committed to each other, and they're very committed to the goals that we have set forth for this football season.
Now let's talk about the two sides of the ball. I guess people say there's three sides, but for this purpose too, when you look at your offense, what do you have coming back, and what do you expect from them this year?
Well, as we talked about in the interview inside, our makeup, athletic makeup, has kind of changed in terms of the first 2 years that I was here, as opposed to now. And so the thing that's going to make us be successful is our ability to execute and our ability to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, but especially offensively. We need to be a team that is able to control the clock, control the ball, and have sustained drives that either end up flipping the field position or end up in points. And we feel like that even though we've got some young guys and inexperienced guys at quarterback, that they're going to be able to pick up the concepts that we need them to pick up, and we're going to have to be really simple. And but that's not, sometimes that's not a bad thing.
And what gives you the confidence that the quarterback position, that those young guys will pick it up in time to have a successful season?
Just their level of commitment that I've seen from them in the weight room, that I've seen from them the first couple of years. We've also got another guy that's a senior, but he's a first-year guy. You know, he's just come out as a senior, and he's a good athlete as well. But you don't really ever know exactly. You don't want to pour everything that you've got into a senior quarterback, especially when you've got two guys that are sitting there that are freshmen, that for the future of your program, you may be doing an injustice in not giving them an opportunity to take those snaps.
Flipping the sides of the ball, defense, what do you see?
It's our defense is going to revolve around Jordan Smith's ability to continue to make plays for us. He was our defensive MVP last year as a junior, and we're going to try to move him around. We're going to be a little more multiple this year defensively, and in terms of, we're not going to always be in a four-man front and always be in an even front. We're going to throw some 3-4 at you. We're going to throw some 4-3 at you. And we've got two guys at safety that can do a good job of either being back, or they're kind of those hybrid guys that you need to be able to do both of those and be multiple. So we've got kids like Jordan that can put his hand on the ground and stand up and play linebacker, and then we've got two safeties that have the aggressiveness to play linebacker, but they have the ability and the speed to play back there in the secondary as well. So that those are the two pieces of the puzzle that you need to be multiple and give people different looks, and give people not give them the same thing every time they come to the line of scrimmage. So we're excited about that.
Finally, feel pretty good out here in a shirt and tie in 150-degree heat?
Well, we've been out in it all summer long. Now I hadn't had on a shirt and tie, I'll be honest. But our guys, this is the time that we're kind of finishing up every day, and so they're kind of used to the heat. We've had a couple of days of competition days where we've been pretty much all the way into the afternoon, and when we start practice next week, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to start practice at the time where we're going to practice during school. Even though we don't start school until the next week, we're going to go ahead and try and condition our guys to get used to that 3:30 heat.